From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, August 4th, 2016. Silver is trading at $20.41 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,362 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $584. Antiwar.com reports Hezbollah deputy leader Naim Qassam, interviewed by Reuters, says that the ongoing wars in Iraq and Syria still have no ends in sight, and that the partition of both Iraq and Syria could ultimately result from the open-ended conflict. Qassam insisted that Hezbollah, Iran, and Russia would all remain on Assad's side until the end, and that he believes Assad is the best choice to keep Syria whole. At the same time, U.S. officials remain determined to see Assad ousted, but also want Syria and Iraq to both remain as whole countries. There appears to be growing recognition that this may not happen, however, with CIA Director John Brennan insisting over the weekend that he's got no confidence it's even possible for Syria to avoid partition at this time. The U.S. has repeatedly rejected proposals that would see more regional autonomy within Syria, one plan to keep it nominally whole. U.S. officials aren't as willing to discuss the partition in Iraq as the result of the current war, but many officials have expressed support for Iraqi Kurdistan's eventual independence, which may reflect an effort to mention the possibility, at least somewhat. In 1999, Daryl W. Perry began a search for traditional values, which led him down a path to the ideas of liberty. He tells the story in A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty. Of the book, Dr. Brian Sovereign says, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes I think it's crazy, but it's always authentic. Find A Rebel's Journey, My Path to Liberty by Daryl W. Perry on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, ask for A Rebel's Journey wherever books are sold, or visit arebelsjourney.com. UPI reports a Virginia school board may temporarily block a student who was born a girl from using the boys' bathroom while a legal fight over transgender rights proceeds on appeal, according to the U.S. Supreme Court. The case is the first time the fight over transgender bathroom rights has reached the Supreme Court. The subject arrived in the heat of a U.S. presidential election in which the makeup of the court is a central issue. In a brief order, the country's highest court put on hold an order from a lower court that had permitted the high school student to use the bathroom of his choice. Last year, the American Civil Liberties Union sued on behalf of Gavin Grimm, who is 17, to challenge the Gloucester County School Board's bathroom policy, which required transgender students to use alternative restroom facilities. The 8-member Supreme Court voted 5-3 to stay the lower court's order. Justices Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sonia Sotomayor, and Elena Kagan would have denied the school board's request that it be able to block a student from exercising a choice in the use of bathroom, according to the order. The order was not a final ruling on the subject. Instead, it rewound the fight to where it was in April before a federal appeals court in Richmond, Virginia, which ruled in Grimm's favor. That ruling by the 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals was the first by an appeals court to find that transgender students are protected under federal laws that bar sex-based discrimination. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports President Barack Obama on Wednesday granted more requests for clemency for U.S. prisoners than any presidential administration had done in more than a century, according to the White House. Obama commuted the sentences of 214 prisoners, the most in a single day, according to the White House, since at least 1900. The number also makes Obama the most clemency-friendly president since Calvin Coolidge. Wednesday's orders are part of a 2014 Justice Department initiative to free thousands of American prisoners who are serving long sentences for nonviolent drug crimes due to mandatory minimum guidelines in federal law. The measure seeks to shorten prison terms for offenders who would be given lighter sentences for the same crimes under today's laws. Obama's action gives new life to 67 prisoners who had been serving life sentences for nonviolent drug offenses. For example, Maryland inmate Marston Edward Blue was given a life term in 2002 after a conviction on a charge of conspiracy with intent to distribute, aiding and abetting, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Now his sentence will expire on December 1st. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.